gonna go ahead and show you the strapping down. I'm gonna do a 4-point. This is a 4-point tie down with the bike and the tailgate down. This is a 6-foot bed. By the way, I'm 6 feet tall. It's a 6-foot bed, which means that tailgate isn't gonna lift unless I put the bike in sideways. So we're gonna do that here in a second. I've set my Toyota truck up just for loading motorcycles. What I have here on the very front of the bed bolted down is designed to be in a trailer for a luggage system. So I bolted that through, and then these are all quick connects where I can move these mount points left or right. If I don't have that, then I'll just tie into the corner of the truck. That's going to become important when I show you my other method for loading. For the loading itself, I take the strap. I'm going to start on the side stand side of the motorcycle. I have a soft strap here. What I prefer to do is reach up through the lower triple clamp, and then I put it into that position there, put the soft strap on, and I take the slack out of that system. That's on the side stand side. I'm not going to leave the side stand down when I'm finished with the motorcycle. On this side of the truck, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to load up around the lower triple clamp. I'm also going to make sure as I go around the triple clamp that I don't pinch any brake lines, I'm not catching any electrical, and also that I'm not rubbing on bodywork. Depending on the motorcycle, I may reach up and grab crash bars or even onto the handlebars. Now that I'm on this side, I can level off the motorcycle and pull the strap down tight. Try not to wrestle your motorcycle. Just like when I teach to ride, use leverage, use the land, use the things around you. For this, I'm going to use my body weight. I'm going to grab the handlebar and just pull the bike down to compress the suspension. Because I've already tightened up, not compressed, but just taken all the slack out of the other side, when I pull the motorcycle on this side, it's just going to compress the forks. Once I compress, I can just take the slack out of that lower strap, and I'm not wrestling, I'm not using a lot of muscle, I'm just using body weight to get that into position. As I mentioned before, I've already lifted my side stand up. I'm going to do a 4-point only because if I have a strap failure or if I go off-road, I don't want the bike to shift around. I have 2 corner straps, but I'm not going to just run the strap up to the bike. I'm going to try to grab someplace towards the back of the motorcycle. The idea is that this will end up pulling the bike forward. If I don't have the option where the bike is sitting farther back like this to pull forward, then I'll try to find a mounting point where I can run up onto the side bed. And if that doesn't work, then certainly I can do a 4-point where the straps are pulling back. But this advantage, the point here is I want everything forcing the motorcycle into the front of the bed of the truck. That way, no matter what happens, it doesn't go anywhere, and it's always being pushed in that position. This is one of the neatest ramps I've ever used. I'll put the link to the website in my notes for the video. But this ramp is about 9 years old. It's used as a bed extender and a ramp. And it's designed that way. What I'm able to do is just tie into the bed locks up onto the edge. Same thing on this side, goes into the bed lock. Loosen these up just a tad. There we go, bed lock. Tie it into the bed, tighten up those straps. And from here, except my bucket in the back and nothing falls out of the truck. Really neat idea if I have 2 motorcycles in here, or 2 full-size bikes. I can put my gear in here, nothing slides out. But also now I don't have to find space for my ramp. Really, really cool product. Like I said, I bought this 9 years ago. I've been using it constantly. Other than replacing the straps, it's held up really well. However, if I have one motorcycle, I often will choose not to have the tailgate down. Well, I will go ahead and show you real quick how I do that so that I can get the tailgate closed. And mostly it has to do with the way I strap the bike down, less than the way I load or unload the motorcycle. Put those out of the way. Throw it down the side stand. Once I have the side stand down for unloading, I just pull that bike towards me, release it, or release the strap, and then it moves back over. Now I can just back the bike down. And pull off the left side. Done with that strap. Beautiful. Bike is in gear, clutch is in. The bike is backing out with gravity. I'm just dragging that front brake. I don't go for the brake after I start movement. I always start movement with the brake on. With the front wheel, using the corner of the bed as a wheel chock, my whole goal now is to get the bike vertical and in position. I'm not worried about the front end kicking left or right. I'm going to move my right strap towards the center of the bed. And just like a traditional loading, I'm going to run this strap up and through the lower triple clamp. If I could not do that, I can also run it to the handlebar. I'm going to take the slack out of this so the bike is leaning towards me. What I do is as I pull the bike towards me, I can pull the slack out and I let the weight of the bike push the bike the other direction. Now that the bike is into the front of the truck where it's using the corner as a wheel chock, what I can do is move the back of the bike into position. And what I'm going to do is get up underneath here. The bike I can kind of lean away from me, and then all I'm doing is kind of pulling up and towards me. I'm not lifting the bike. I'm not really using muscle. I'm using leverage, and that allows me to just shift the bike towards me. That creates the extra space needed so that it will fit inside and I can close up the tailgate. Now to secure the bike in this position, I'm going to take one of these straps. I'm going to find a forward position to strap into. I would love to get up here to the frame. Really don't have that. I want a high position, not a low position if I can. I'm going to go and give a shot here to the rear frame. What I'm doing is not trying to hold the bike upright. I'm trying to pull it into that wheel chock that's the corner of the bed. Once I get this tight, again using my body weight, now I can lean against the bike, use my body weight to press it away from me. Once I press away from me, I can reach down, grab that front strap, and tighten that back up. Now the bike is in position. All I want to do is add a little extra stability. Now what I'll do is I'll make a triangle pattern. One extra strap to the back. That'll keep the bike from moving the other direction, so it doesn't go anywhere. And then as far as if I'm making a really aggressive ride, I can always run another strap on this side as well. And it really doesn't matter on this side where you strap. I can go to the frame, I can go to the luggage rack. Now at this point, I cannot get this bike to move at all. There you go. This just makes it a little cleaner carry if I'm going to carry just one motorcycle. And if I am using the ramp that I have here, I can put up my side stand. The ramp slides underneath the motorcycle, bucket into the back of the truck. And that's it. The first time you do it, don't be in a hurry. Let me remind you, going up the truck, the secret is blending those controls. Add enough throttle you won't stall. Hold that front brake. Add clutch until the bike starts to pull forward, and then release that front brake to allow it to crawl up the ramp. If at any given time, if it stalls, it's not a big deal. It's still in gear, it's not going to roll away from you. But once it stalls, your finger's already on the brake. You never take your finger off the front brake. It's always there. So you're adding throttle as you're holding out that brake or releasing it. If it stalls, squeeze the front brake, pull your clutch, pull it the rest of the way in, restart it, continue up the ramp. If you feel unstable, back it down. When you do come down the truck, don't do it in a hurry. Don't come zipping down the ramp. Step down, hold the brake from the first time you start moving backwards. Just take the slack out of the brake lever. As you're backing down, you're holding that brake. If you start going too fast, just add a little more pressure. When you're ready, release a little pressure, but you're never coming off the brake. You're always in control. That front brake is really, really, really critical. If you have a rubber bed mount, which I have in mine, that's not secured. If I come down quickly and I go for that brake too quickly, or if I'm not on the brake and I go for the brake, it'll slide that mat clean out of the back of the truck and it's going to be a mess. Also, if you have a plastic bed, where you have a plastic bed liner, those can be very, very slick. So same thing, you need to come out very slowly so that you can have that control. If the truck is taller than mine, it's a standard 4x4 Toyota Tacoma, no lift kits, no extra big tires because I want to use it for hauling motorcycles. But when I'm loading into my F350, that truck is really tall. So I'll back it up to a small hill, I'll back it up to a curb, up to a sidewalk. Even that 6 inches on a sidewalk makes a big difference. Also, get the longest ramp you can. The longer the ramp, the easier it is to get up, especially on those taller trucks. Time to go. One bonus, if you've stuck with the video that far or this far, these small trucks have fairly weak tailgates on them, and what I've done is put a 1.5 by 1.5 steel strip all the way across the back of that tailgate. After 10 years of loading heavy bikes up and down the bed of the truck, that'll fail, and started to, and that was a great fix. The rail system inside the bed of the truck is a great idea. Also, using a trailer system mounting hardware where you can get a mounting strip that you can bolt into the front. You can also use it down the sides of the truck. Very, very helpful if you're going to be hauling a lot of motorcycles.